As parents, we have to fight. We should not just settle for what's being told to us, especially when you know that your child deserves the best. And for me as a parent, my job is to make sure my children get more than what I've received. As far as the education, life, just to be able to stand up and reach their goals. We have to lead them, but when they get a certain age, they should be able to lead themselves and have other people to follow. I want my children to be great leaders. So as parents, we just have to don't just settle for what the school system is just giving us and saying that we have to deal with, especially in D.C. public schools. Because last year, I was having financial problems, and I took Majeris out because of my financial problems. And when she went to D.C. public school, which was one of the top 10 schools, they didn't challenge her. For even the private school, their curriculum is higher. They push the kids to do not just 100%, 110 in some, which I love. They don't just settle for less, So in the environment is a clean environment. My babies, my girls, they used to cry about having to use the restrooms because they was just so unclean. And sometimes when it's just one parent, a lot of times people don't listen because it's one parent complaining, but it's still important, as far as what we're complaining about. And that's the problem that I have with D.C. public schools. There's no reason that children should have to be in this unclean, unsafe environment because it's very difficult for them to learn. And for mine, that's the biggest problem. My kids have to be safe, and they have to feel safe. I'm a mother for my oldest daughter, who is 22 years old. She went through D.C. public school from the first grade on through high school. And from her being in elementary, the same thing, she's always been on honor roll every year. And they never, to me as the parent, never challenged her, her academics. It's just that she just settled for the A's and B's. And I mentioned that to the principal at the time also. And it was just nothing never done, So being involved in the Washington Scholarship Funding, it's a challenge. It allows my children to be challenged as far as their skills. It's skills that I've seen come out of them that I never knew that they had. Along with my son, Demetrius, who is 16, and Tatiana, who is 14 now. It touched in areas that I never knew existed. It challenged them, challenged their mind, challenged their skills. Tatiana, she's an interpretive dancer. That was brought out, which I never knew. That she, you just think about education and you don't really, I didn't focus on all these other skills because I never knew she had them. She's great in art. Her teacher have her painting and drawing things for her in the school when she was in elementary. So, and for one summer, her dance director also had her teaching, going with her to Maryland to teach dance with her because that's just how good she is. So yes, it has truly been a blessing for my family and allowing them to be able to, be pushed to the fullest.